every new parent with a car has one, a car seat. So you may think installing one would be a no-brainer, but we found out today it's pretty easy to get it wrong, which could leave your child at risk. Out of all the shiny gadgets and gizmos you can buy for your baby, there's only a few things your newborn actually needs, one being a car seat. According to the CDC, 72% of parents install their child's car seat incorrectly. So, in the name of journalism, me, Jillian Benfield, one of the least handy people on the planet, attempted to do it right, by myself. Much to the happiness of those around me, like my photographer Dominique Lee, who got a front row seat to the spectacle, and my husband Andy, who got a pass out of doing it all by himself. First step, read the manual. This is 72 pages long. Second step, remove the car seat from the base. Well, that didn't happen. Even Dominique's pride was hurt when he couldn't get it out. In steps mother and news director Kathy Weidman to the rescue.
One hand on top, and the other one's probably going to go behind so that you can lift the baby out.
From there, I thought I had it down. I got the seatbelt through the base, everything strapped in, but the level was off. A big, fat fail. All right, an hour and a half has passed. I'm still not much closer. We're on deadline, and it's chilly day, which Baby B definitely wants to take a part of, so we're just gonna go ahead and go on to the fire department. Sergeant Aaron Fittery finds a mistake right off the bat. The car seat is in the wrong spot.
You want to try to have it in the middle of the car. That way, if you're involved in any type of collision from the side, you're not putting your child in harm's way.
He says he installs about one car seat a week, so he has no problem fixing mine. All right, for our hour and a half that it took us to put the base in incorrectly, might I add, it took him 3.5 minutes. As fun as putting together this story was, it's a serious subject. Sergeant Fittery says having your car seat installed properly can be the difference between life or death in an accident. Bottom line, if you are in doubt, take it to a local car seat inspection location. We have several here in the CSRA, and we have a link with those locations on our website, WJBF.com. Just click on this story. For Kid Connection, Jillian Benfield, WJBF, News Channel 6.
Where did she go? I'm looking for Molly, yeah, I'm looking for Molly.
It may sound innocent enough, but the Molly this rapper is singing about is not the girl next door. Molly is actually a powerful drug, and there are entire songs dedicated to her.
Pop the Molly, I'm swing. Woo! Pop the Molly, I'm swing. Woo!
Narcotics Sergeant Alan Rollins is well aware of how popular Molly has become on the music scene.
We pay attention to it because there's always something new on the horizon.
Molly is a purer form of ecstasy. Emergency room visits due to Molly have increased by 5 times since 2004.
It is very hazardous to your health.
My photographer and I recently made a 30-minute drive to Thompson, and he told me we would at least hear the mention of Molly once on the way there. And he was right. Once on the way there, and once on the way back.
Talking about Mary, she gone off that Molly.
This was one of the songs that came on. It's by mainstream artist Kanye West. The leaders at Augusta Mini Theater have taken notice. They're even putting the issue on trial in a play featuring the effects of negative music.
They hear those lyrics, then some of them try to live those lyrics.
Dr. Dale Peoples says 35% of popular songs contain drug references. He says in one day, your child may be exposed to these kinds of lyrics 84 times.
It can create the worldview for them that, that this is appropriate and positive behavior with few consequences.
How many people in this crowd have seen Molly?
Bottom line, he says you should talk to your kids about what they're listening to when they turn on the radio.
Oh, God. What's the kid here?
I think it's terrible.
Between parents...
Y'all don't do that in here. Y'all
Your immediate visceral reaction is it's horrible.
And a professional, most seem to be having the same reaction to the fight at the Augusta Mall over the weekend. Disgust.
The physical attack, and then put on top of that, the attempt to kind of, make this live on by posting it online. I mean, it's just appalling.
Even though most adults find the video to be horrifying, Dr. Dale Peoples says the kids behind the attack most likely did it to get attention from their peers.
The bar does seem to kind of be dropping as far as, what's acceptable in terms of getting the public's attention.
With social media, reality shows, and websites dedicated to shocking video, fights like these are becoming more common.
People are watching us. So, and you know, you get hits on YouTube and all that, and the more rates you get, the better, you know, it makes them all feel.
Corgelius Humphreys has a 5-year-old daughter. He says anyone can become a star on sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. He worries what social media will look like a decade from now.
I'm a friend when she gets 10 years from now, when she's 15 in high school, what they might have then.
Dr. Peoples says parents need to use this video as a teaching moment. He says tell your kids that with these girls' 15 seconds of fame, fallout is sure to follow.
They committed a crime, they filmed it, they put it out there for the world to see. There's going to be negative consequences.
Most kids are happy to take that traditional first day of school picture. For Bailey Cole, she wasn't only happy to start high school this year, but relieved. Bailey went to middle school at Lakeside. While she was there, her mother says things happened to her family would like to forget.
It was terribly heartbreaking, and to know that she had gone through this and at first didn't realize what was going on, and then to not understand why they were doing this to her.
Bailey was in the locker room when she says a couple of girls knocked her down, held her still, and put tampons in her mouth.
Tampon girl, and you know, just everybody knew about it and was making fun of her, and it was just horrible for her.
And Kolsch says they were never notified by the school. They wrote this letter to have her transferred. Bailey has autism. Unfortunately, children like Bailey are 4 times more likely to be bullied than kids who don't have the disorder.
It's usually the rule rather than the exception.
Dr. Eric Lukowitz is a child psychiatrist at Georgia Health Sciences University. He says children with autism have trouble picking up on social cues, making it more difficult to make friends, and says that's what Bailey struggles with.
But she really didn't get sarcasm.
Bailey thought the girls who bullied her were her friends. Dr. Lukowitz says if your child has autism, it's important to make sure your child is getting the medical care they need. Be in contact with the school to make sure your child isn't getting bullied, and try to correct behaviors that may contribute to your child being bullied.
We don't need other kids bullying them and making their already difficult life more difficult.
For Bailey, life is better now. She says she hopes her story can prevent other kids like her from becoming victims. Jillian Benfield, WJBF, News Channel 6.